Hello friends, good morning to all of you. And today, as usual, we will continue our current affairs discussion. Today is 20th February, so the respective current affairs we will discuss here today. And along with current affairs question, we will discuss some static fact or the extra information, whatever available based on individual question. And see one thing that in each of these question, whenever in any particular current affairs question, some important organizations, an international organization or some banks is in news, we will discuss the respective static fact as well as we have been following since months, right? So moving to first question for today. World Bank moves what amount aid to Ukraine to support reforms? World Bank moves what amount aid to Ukraine to support reforms? And here is the answer, $350 million. Option A. The World Bank is considering allocating up to $350 million to Ukraine to support reforms. What's the amount? $350 million. The agency's chief, that is David Malpass, said during Saturday meeting with the Ukrainian president name that is Volodymyr Zelensky. Volodymyr Zelensky is the Ukrainian president. Remember the name. President Malpass affirmed that the World Bank is preparing quick disbursement budget support for board consideration by the end of March of up to $350 million to support ongoing reforms, the bank said in a statement following the meeting. And World Bank headquarters Washington DC, President David Malpass. Right? This is very common. You should remember this kind of stuff. World Bank headquarters Washington DC, and the present president, that is David Malpass. And World Bank moves $350 million amount aid as a form of aid to Ukraine to support reforms. Right? Moving to next one. World Day of Social Justice is observed on 20th February. And generally, you should understand that on any particular day we are discussing the current affairs question. If there is any specific importance on that particular day, we will take on the respective themes or the importance of that particular day as well, right? So today is 20th February, and 20th February is observed as World Day of Social Justice. And here is the theme: achieving social justice through formal employment. Achieving social justice through formal employment. And World Day of Social Justice 2022, the theme is achieving social justice through formal employment. Right? Some info here. The privilege that an individual holds in terms of wealth, opportunities, economically, politically, socially are called socially justice. Right? In every possible aspects of a living being, gets the opportunities or some positive aspects or the privileges whatever individual needs at a time. So all everything would be available in a very efficient way. So for that purpose, World Day of Social Justice is observed on 20th February. World Day of Social Justice is observed on February 20 each year as declared by United Nations. Right? The United Nations reviewed the declaration of the Copenhagen and the Program of Action for Social Development on November 26, 2007. So this is the first time World Day of Social Justice is started observed that particular. That means in 2007 this World Day of Social Justice comes into picture, right? And later declared that the right from the 63rd session of the General Assembly, 20th February will be observed as World Day of Social Justice. So at first, 2007, the World Day of Social Justice observed on 26th November. This is a static fact, you can say, and all the static fact, but yes, this is the first time, 26th November 2007 in the year, this World Day of Social Justice is observed. And after 63rd session of General Assembly, February 20 is will be observed is being settled that February 20 will be observed as World Day of Social Justice, right? And again, the theme is achieving social justice through formal employment, right? Remember this. This is very, very important. Okay. Moving to next. Google has introduced a new font for comfortable reading. Which of the following its font it's talking about? Which of the following font it's talking about, right? It's coming two times. It's not here, but here. Okay. Which of the following font it's talking about? And this is Roboto. Option C, right? Google has introduced a new typeface called Roboto Serif that, according to its announcement, was designed to provide optimal reading experience on practically any device. Roboto debuted as the Android system font in 2014. That sans serif was followed by mono, slab, and condensed text in a typeface in what Google calls the Roboto superfamily. And these all are font type, right? These all are names as a font type. And recently introduced for comfortable reading by Google, which of the following newly font introduced by Google, right? So that is Roboto. And Roboto itself has also been updated to improve the various aspects of its presentation over the years, right? So remember the newly introduced font, that is Roboto by Google. G20 leaders to minimize impact of Fed's raising interest rates, right? This is just I is missing, put it here. Fed's raising interest rates, in which place this meeting held in 2022, right? And the answer is Indonesia, right? G20 finance leaders have agreed on realizing a well-calibrated, well-planned, well-communicated normalization in the monetary policy to minimize the impacts of US Federal Reserve's raising interest rates. So G20 leaders minimize the impact of Fed's raising interest rate, and this meeting would be held in Indonesia in 2022. The consensus was made during a second day of G20 finance minister and central bank governors meeting held in Jakarta, Indonesia, right? Capital of Indonesia, that is Jakarta, the host country. Okay, this is again static fact. You can remember it. The members of G20 nation till now, G20 nation, these are the nations: Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, France, Germany, India, Indonesia, Italy, Japan, Republic of Korea, right? These are the main members, the most important members of G20 uh, summit. And other side, Mexico, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Turkey, the United Kingdom, the United States, and the European Union, right? Okay. So what's the question here? That is G20 leaders minimize impact Fed's raising interest meeting, and this would be hosted by Indonesia, the capital, Indonesia's capital, that is Jakarta, right? Indonesia, the host country in 2022 G20 summit. Who has become the interim head coach of Afghanistan? And the answer here is Stuart Law. Stuart Law is a former Afghanistan cricketer, has been appointed as the interim head coach for Bangladesh tour, for the upcoming Bangladesh tour, right? The Afghanistan cricket team has appointed former ASI cricketer, that is Stuart Law, as the interim head coach of the side. Law will be at the helm of the affairs of the Afghanistan's upcoming series against Bangladesh side, right? Okay, so yes, former ASI cricketer Stuart Law, remember this, former ASI cricketer Stuart Law as the interim head coach of the side. And Afghanistan capital is Kabul, currency is Afghani, and Prime Minister Hassan Akhund, right? Prime Minister Hassan Akhund. Recently, an autobiography based on Tamil Nadu CM MK Stalin has been published. What is the name of the autobiography? And that is Ungali Oruvan. Ungali Oruvan is the name of this autobiography. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister MK Stalin said that the first part of his autobiography, titled Ungali Oruvan, that means One Among You, will be released by Congress leader Rahul Gandhi on 28 February at a grand event in Chennai. Right? This is yet to be released. Kerala Chief Minister Pinarayi Vijayan, former Jammu Kashmir Chief Minister Omar Abdullah, Bihar's leader of opposition Tejaswi Prasad Yadav are also said to attend the event. Right. So this is not much important, but yes, Tamil Nadu CM MK Stalin, on the basis of him, an autobiography has been released that is named Ungali Oruvan. That means One Among You. That's it. Which country will host IOC 2023 meeting for the first time? And that is India. On Saturday, Mumbai has been officially elected as the host for 2023 International Olympic Committee session, which could possibly see the election for the host country for the 2030 Winter Olympics and sports program for LA 2028 Olympic Games. The session will be held in May or June next year, right? So 2023 IOC International Olympic Committee meeting will be hosted by India. The 86th session, that is in 1983, was held in New Delhi, and 40 years later, the IOC session will be back in India, right? So earlier it was held in India, that is in New Delhi, as that was the 86th session, 1983, right? The year I am talking about, and 40 years later, IOC session will be back in India, right? So 2023 IOC meeting will be hosted by India. Who will receive the fashion honor at FIT Gala? Who will receive the fashion honor at FIT Gala? And the answer is option D, Serena Williams, right? Very popular name here. Williams will receive the Fashion Icon Breakthrough Award for her accomplishment of the court, like investing in companies that value the diversity, launching her apparel line by Serena, and creating her signature jewelry in the collaboration with Signet Jewelers. American tennis star, that is Serena Williams, will be one of the four individuals who will be honored by the Fashion Institute of Technology, that is FIT, at Gala on 13th of April 2022. Right? Okay. So this event would be happen on 13th of April 2022. And who will receive the fashion honor at the Fashion Institute of Technology, that is in Gala, that would be received by Serena Williams, right? The American tennis star. Okay. So that is all the questions I have discussed here for today's current affairs session. I hope you understood all the news here, and that is all for now. Good day.